really nice, and she was like trying to have a conversation with me and like
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Student Senate tonight. I'm excited to have you all here and kick off our meeting this evening. So with that, I'm now going to call this meeting of Student Senate to order. We forego the Pledge of Allegiance over Zoom, but we have a newly added item on our agenda due to what we passed last week with a new land acknowledgement. So I'm pulling that up right now. I want to begin our Student Senate meeting taking place on Thursday, September 24th, 2020 with a land acknowledgement. We recognize that Kansas State University, as the first land-grant institution, stands on the ancestral lands of the Kaw people. Our state of Kansas is the home of 4 federally recognized Native nations, the Iowa, Kickapoo, Prairie Band Potawatomi, and Sac and Fox. We must remember that the land serving as the foundation of this institution was and still is stolen land acquired by white settlers. We pledge our commitment to creating decolonized spaces at the university while advocating for the support and future success of Indigenous faculty, staff, and students at K-State. With that, we will now move into first roll call with Speaker Pro Tempore Maggie Billman. So I'm going to let Maggie take it away.
All right, good evening, everyone. Okay, Atchison.
Here.
Bain.
Here.
Booz.
Here.
Brown.
Here.
Bruna. Carlson.
Here.
Carr. Clements.
Here.
Colburn.
Here.
Crosslow.
Here.
De Santiago. Diaz de Leon.
Here.
Delivu.
Here.
Doc.
Here.
Fox.
Here.
Frederick. Velardo. Garrett. Glasscock.
Here.
Grills.
Here.
Grolmus.
Here.
Hamlin. Harmon.
Here.
Hurd. Thank you. Hernandez.
Here.
Hutchings.
Here.
Jambunathan.
Here.
Kidd.
Here.
Levi.
Here.
Manners. McKee.
Here.
Muthu Kumar.
Here.
Knoll.
Here.
Norwood.
Here.
Nunnink.
Here.
Phillips.
Here.
Panikatu.
Here.
Porter. Richenberg.
Here.
Rodriguez.
McKee.
Rossi. Shunjay.
Here.
Snyder. Ben.
Here.
Vance.
Here.
Wallace.
Here.
Ward.
Here.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button. Wilcox.
Here.
Willis.
Here.
And Windholtz.
Here.
Okay, let me check the chat. Yep, got him. Cool. Yes. All right, with that, we have 41 senators present, 5 excused, and 8 absent.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Maggie. With that, we will now move into our first open period. Our first open period speaker, Sandy Klein, is actually not able to be here with us tonight, but so we'll now move on to our second open period speaker, Elliot Young, who's the Assistant Vice President and University Risk and Compliance Officer. So with that, I'll turn it over to Elliot.
Well, good evening, everybody. Again, I'm Elliot Young. I'm the university's Risk and Compliance Officer. I've had the pleasure of working with some of you, but most of you I've never met, so it's good to meet everybody. And really, I was invited here this evening primarily to talk about how the university is managing the COVID-19 situation, the indicators that we're looking at, the dashboard, the data we're collecting, the metrics that we're using to make decisions, and just kind of overall what our plan is for addressing the COVID situation. So before I just kind of jump in and start rambling about stuff, are there any pressing questions that I can go ahead and answer just right off the bat?
If you have a question, if you just want to type it in the chat right now for us, so that way we can all see it.
All right, well, while people are thinking, or maybe some of my comments will start sparking some thoughts. Just for how much time do I have, by the way? 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
Yeah, you have 10 minutes.
10 minutes. All right, I'll be real quick. So the university has been working on managing this situation since back in March. As you know, we shut down in around spring break and have been working ever since to open the university back up over the summer, bring students back to campus in August, and then hopefully be able to continue moving forward throughout the semester and beyond, of course. So we knew pretty early on that we had to look at things holistically, that we needed a system for assessing the entire situation, everything from the cases, positivity rate, total number, to are people wearing face masks on campus? Do we have enough supplies to clean classrooms? Do we have the ability to contact trace and test people? Do we have space on campus to quarantine and isolate? We needed to look at all these different factors so that we could understand the situation and make the correct decision for moving forward. So thankfully, Johns Hopkins University developed a self-assessment guide for institutions of higher education. I took that template that they put out and created something very similar for K-State specifically. Put together a spreadsheet with metrics, thresholds, indicators, all of the different types of things that we know we need to monitor. I worked with subject matter experts both at K-State as well as externally to come up with the specific thresholds and what a pivot to a different type of operating status would look like. And ultimately our executive leadership group, which is president, provost, the vice presidents, me, a couple others, we agreed that this was a good system for helping K-State move forward. What I've been doing most of my time the last couple of months has been tracking how things that I've already mentioned, how things are evolving across campus. So maybe it would be helpful. I gave an update to the President's Cabinet and Dean's Council yesterday morning. And I gave them a quick summary of how things look on campus and in our community right now. So if it would be helpful, I can give you that same quick overview of how things are looking at the moment, okay? All right, let me share my screen real quick.
Hold on just a second. I typically have screen
Okay.
sharing disabled just for security purposes.
Hey, good call.
You should be good now.
All right. I think somebody else might be sharing still too.
Oh, that's still me. Sorry.
Is that still you? Yep. Okay.
Nathan is having a couple of technical issues, but he will have that resolved here shortly.
Okay.
I make fun of him
Well-
because I use a Mac and he uses a PC. So,
Oh, understood.
um,
I'm sitting on my, okay, go ahead. What?
is there any way that you could email your presentation to me and I could present it for you?
I can do that. Might take me a second because I'm just on my laptop at the moment. It's,
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
that gets you. Anyway, how about I can just start running through. I'll just read the document. Well, maybe, nope. Okay.
Yeah, if you just want to do that, and then if you want to email that to me, I can distribute it to everyone afterwards so they can have it.
Okay. That'll
Perfect.
work.
Thank you. Sorry about
Okay. So again, I put this report together for cabinet and council yesterday morning and presented it. The bottom line with the cases is that the number of cases that we're seeing in the community is still too high, but it's getting better. For a while there, we were seeing 110 to 120 cases reported by Riley County every 2 days. That went on for a couple of weeks. The percent positive rate got as high as around 30 to 32% positivity rate, which was alarming. There's no question about that. Since then, the numbers have started to go down. We're seeing fewer cases reported each time. We have not seen a spike from the football game. We have not seen a spike from Labor Day activities. But like I said, the numbers are still too high in the community, but we're encouraged that they seem to be going in the right direction. On campus, it's a similar story. For a while there, Lafayette got up to as high as around a 23-24% positivity rate. And the number of cases, was around 40 or 50 per day. But again, that has dropped. As of last week, the percent positive rate fell to 8.2%. And every day last week, Lafayette was reporting around 10 to 12 cases per day, which is dramatically lower. Now, that doesn't mean that we're out of the woods. That's a good sign that things in the cases are going in the right direction. Now, like I said, the number of cases is only one thing to keep in mind. Okay, there's a lot of other factors. For quarantine and isolation space, as of yesterday, there were 474 students quarantining or isolating on and off campus. But we still have around 65% available space to quarantine and isolate on campus. So there's plenty of space for students who need to quarantine and isolate. There's space to do that. We're also exploring options with local hotels